Good morning. Happy Wednesday. So, let's talk about clothes for a minute. You're going to hear my garage door shut. Let's talk about, no, I guess not. Okay, so let's talk about clothes for a minute. So, as we lose weight, what are you doing as far as wearing things that perhaps you've never really worn before? I find as a plus size woman, my highest clothes size was probably a 26, 28, and I'm currently wearing an 18, 20. But even as I, find that I've been wearing 18, 20 for about a year now, so I'm sure it'll move eventually because I do feel like things are moving. But I just recently bought these shirts. I know you can't really see them, but they're V-neck. I like V-necks. Very flowy. I like them, don't get me wrong. However, it's not what I'm not used to in this type of a shirt is that it ends at your waist. Which it should, right? Because as a larger person all my life, and then now, getting into smaller sizes, it's, you still have that mindset that maybe you still belong in this longer shirt that's goes past your belly, maybe like an oversized shirt. When I first got with my husband a couple of years into the marriage, probably more like 5 years, we celebrated Christmas with my family, and I have an older sister who is a large plus size woman, and she bought me for Christmas a pair of pajamas in size like a 6X. And honestly, at that time, I was probably in a 3X. So I don't know if she bought them for me because she likes her clothes very loose. She, she would rather be in 10 sizes. Personally, I've never been like that. I don't mind, I'm not a sweatpants girl, and I've never been. I actually think sweatpants on a guy is very unattractive. I've always felt that way. Unless it's those tight shorts because he's jogging. Nah, just kidding. Okay, so I think that I just said, when I opened it, I was honest, and I said, I think unless you want these, I'm going to return them or I'll give them away. And she was like, what? That's not your size? And I was like, no, it's not. I was just firm and no, it's not. I take a much smaller size than that. So, do you want them back? But my husband definitely thinks that she gave them to me because, she has to be, I'm not going to get into family drama, but, I have to be bigger than her, and she has to be smarter than me, and that's okay. To be quite honest, we don't even chat anymore. We don't even talk anymore because, I don't know, since my parents have both been deceased, and that's okay, whatever, it is what it is. I try to live the best life I can live and be true to who I am, and if someone, even family members, don't like me because of that, okay. Anyways, this whole point of this conversation this morning was to say that, I like the shirt that I have on. I have this color. I bought this color, a black, and I think maybe a light purple. But it's interesting as I put it on this morning that it fits really good. It rides up just a little bit, when you're bending over, when you're reaching for something, it kind of rides up, but it comes to my waist. And that's really where my clothes, I think moving forward, I'm going to try to pick clothes that come to my waist. I have on today I'll actually take a picture and post it in my community, but I have on a skirt, which I freaking love skirts. It's just a cotton skirt. It's blue, so then this grayish blue looks really good, and I have cute little sneakers on, but it's the mindset of getting over that we don't need oversized plus clothing. Trust me, size 18, 20 is still plus size. I still, I weighed myself this morning. I am at 240. I don't feel hungry. I'm making better choices this week. I think my Zepbound is definitely working. I know it's just my first week on it, but remember, it's not my first week on GLP-1, right? I mean, I've been on this for a journey for a little while. I just think it's a different mindset, and if you're not hungry, you're not eating crap. I'm not hungry, and I'm not eating crap. So, I think that, it just feels good. I guess, the longest story, 5 minutes, sorry if you made it this far, good for you. Really, it's about wearing what you feel like wearing, and remembering that you don't have, as a plus size woman, we don't have to wear oversized. I know it's our comfort zone 100%, but once we start wearing clothes that are fitted to our body, I think it would give us more confidence. What do you think?